Are we on? Looks good. So, what makes us photographers good and videographers? Can it be improved? It's sort of hard really, like trying to think sometimes about what should we be discussing, and you know, sort of stuff goes in your head, comes out, and it's just like a bit of a mashup of lots of things, whether it's, oh, should I do editing, should I do a YouTube brand, should I do this, that, or whatever. And I was thinking about what I think makes a person good at photography or videography, or as a creator. And there's lots of facets, and there's variables to do with, you know, like your social structure around you, environment, your job, your family, your commitments. There's so much which has an effect on sort of where you are in society, and you know, your outlook and what you can and can't do, and you know, and that topic in itself is absolutely massive. But I think that, and obviously it's been discussed before, but I think like one of the biggest things about what sort of can shape you and make you better is doing, and there's no right time, fail lots, and just keep pushing. I think most people sort of have like the impetus to go and do stuff and a bit of motivation, or they'll see something, or they'll have a chat with someone, and it sort of like motivates them to go running for the day, and then after that they're like, oh, I just can't be bothered. And it's the same as doing what I do, sort of thing. Like, I came from a place where I saw someone do some pictures of my kids, and I was like, oh, they look fantastic, I'll buy a camera, and just went and bought a 60D Canon and just started shooting, not having a clue what aperture, shutter speed, ISO, anything was, and just, you know, just sticking it in auto and cracking on. And my watch is going. And that was it, and that was me, and I sort of shoehorned myself into it, and I think I was just like hyper focused on just creating content, really, just taking pictures. Didn't really know what I was doing. Found that, yeah, I had a love for it eventually, or not love, but I liked it, and then just cracked on and sort of carved my way through it. And it's taken, what's been 14 years now, and I've been 6 years self-employed, so it's taken a bit of time to sort of build clientele up and, you know, be known through word of mouth. So it takes time, but it was a lot of just doing stuff. And I think like the best advice like I was given really was, in a sort of a roundabout way, was whatever you get offered or asked about, never say no. And I know there's going to be people out there in the comment section going, oh, well, what about this? And it's not in the literal sense, like anything you get asked. But in what I do as a photographer, not a videographer or anything else, because I do bits, but this is what I specialise in, was if someone says, look, I want you to take some pictures of my car, you know, like got a nice sports car or something, and I'm going to pay you, can you do it? And I would just say, yeah, that's fine. And I'd just say, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I would go look at YouTube or wherever, or go and look at lots of photography about cars, you know, in like whatever car that was, see what works, look at editorials that have been done, commercial work from that brand. And I would look and think, right, how was that shot? And I would just sort of research like mad until the day came when I had to shoot it, and I would just go and do it. And I would make sure the chances of me failing that shoot were a minimum, completely. And so that's how I sort of carved my career. But it was a case of just doing stuff and, you know, failing at times, not massively, but like getting things slightly wrong, you know, having to fix things in post. You know, we've all got to start from somewhere, and that's what I did. But I think moving forward as creators, you need to sort of keep pushing and moving forward with the times, And there will come a sort of a breaking point or a plateau where you get to a level of, right, I'm here now, and you know, how can I sort of move forward or get better, or is there other things I can do? Can I develop my style or my niche more? And so it takes time. It's not an overnight thing. Some people are lucky enough to hit the market at the right time or have the contacts with the right people, but the majority of us have to really work hard at it. Every market's saturated these days with all sorts, and it's about being you, being true to yourself, doing what, you know, defines you and makes you you, is doing the things that you like. Things like money and that side of things, if that's a side effect of something that you love doing, that's great, but it doesn't need to be the motivation doesn't need to be that. The motivation is to be where you want to be, do something you enjoy, something you get satisfaction from and you get reward. If it's from a good place and it gets you to a good place where you want to be, then you've won, really. And I think that is the key to being sort of successful in the creator space, is getting to a place where you've got the business and the lifestyle on even keel. The future doesn't have to be written in stone then. And so you can sort of live each day as you see fit, rather than living for like 2 weeks' time, a month's time, a year's time. That's my personal opinion, and I think with what I've had in the past, with working for someone else and doing what I do now, I feel I have more choice, more variety, and I'm in a far better place, mentally, emotionally, and with family, than most of my other sort of like colleagues and friends which I know of. So a bit more in depth today. Don't want to ramble too much. I hope it's been sort of like a bit insightful. This is sort of where I'm from and how I've got to here. And I hope the videos are still enjoyable for you all. And also, this week I am waiting for some things to arrive, and I'm doing a card shoot. I do collect poker decks. This is one of my clients. He sent me some new cards which are going on Kickstarter, so I'm going to be doing a shoot with those for him. And so I will try and do some BTS and sort of like the setup for those and like the theory behind why I'm shooting them like they are and so on. So I'm going to try and get that up this week as well. And that's it for today. Hope I haven't rambled too much. Probably have. But there we go. That's what we're here to do, aren't we? Talk too much. Put it on YouTube. That's it. I will see you next week. Ta-ta.